Good evening. This not morning over here on a white solar world bridger. I am not sure this is going to be worth listening to. I'm not sure this is going to be longer than 5 minutes. It's been a super busy day. Um, we are in the wave spell of the white mirror. Here we are on Death Equalize Opportunity, the world bridger. Solar pulse, realizing intention. We're guided by the wind. Our fellow friends are the Antipod warrior. Hui, my brain. The analog skywalker. Like, what ways are they coming from? Like, you have to think of around 3 corners. Can you do it? And the occult eagle. Fearlessness, vision, wakefulness. Oh, what am I doing? I still got a phone that's about to blare. We don't want that. Okay. Where are we at in this wave spell of truth and reflection? To die, to let go, to have a new opportunity, to release on the solar tone. How come? What is this combination? In this wave spell of endlessness, reflect order. Endlessness, reflect order. And this is part of this wave spell's time pulsar. Mirror, wind, world bridger, and dog. White dog, cosmic dog. What endures, what remains is love. And the wave spell where love remains, the cosmic dog, is the white mirror. The universe is ordered according to love, and very often we are incredibly short-sighted. We see the disorder and we really don't understand the bigger order of things. And that the temporary disorder will make way for a more permanent order. Or not. I imagine so. We are very young, and the disorder is usually not sustainable, because it's in some way something that's out of, I don't know if it's out of sync, but it's out of harmony. I'm checking in with my moment, and there are like things pulling on me that are coming from the future. And not far from the future, just like maybe in an hour. And it's like, it's strange. It would be good not to filter in here, because it's completely not needed here right now. Not needed here right now at all. The other thing that's filtering into my experience right now is I'm really cold. Oh, this house is cold. I am cold. But I don't want to do anything to get warmer. But I notice, but I notice how this cold in my bones, it's affecting me. And I notice how just to be present with how is this affecting me, because it's making me tense. My body is tensing in various places to generate heat. And this tension is obviously also translating itself in my system as stress. And I'm telling my body it's okay, you can relax. Yes, we are a bit cold, but it's not. There's no stress here. There's no need to be sounding an alarm. Let's put it that way. I am aware of what's going on, and this is not going to. This is not a problem. But it's taking up a little bit of my attention span. Or my CPU. Not attention span is usually in time. My CPU is like, how much processing power do I have right now? How much processing power do I need? Now there's a question. If I sink into this now moment, just let the source within me speak. Do I require any CPU at all? Yeah, some. Realize pulse and tension. What are the opportunities we're looking for? What are the opportunities we have to breathe? If you hold your breath right now, if you stopped breathing right now, that would be the end of all opportunity to breathe. Fortunately, it's not that simple to do, and fortunately, most of us wouldn't want to do that, but what are the opportunities to listen or to communicate with spirit? They are always there. It does not matter. There's not ever a moment where our telephoning Jesus, what is that tune? Our phone line to spirit is, our internal connection to spirit is contingent upon anything. It's always there. Pick up the receiver. Spirit is always on the other side. Not so linear though. Opportunity. The solar tone. Equalizing opportunity. The pulse of things. There's no need to analyze this. It's not just that my brain is a bit like, it's no need to analyze. It's so self-explanatory. I'm just kind of like feeling my way around this. I've spoken about the opportunity of dying many times. And I'm not inclined to link it to the sun right now or our solar center internally. I don't want to speculate anything. I don't want to analyze anything. I don't want to theorize anything. Endlessness reflect order. Breath, spirit breath communicate. On Dawn 5, it's also guiding us today. Just a link and reminder of the essence of that white wind in this wave spell. The essence of spirit in the order of things. We have some free will in this domain to create a substantial amount of disorder. And that is the point, to experience it, I guess. Makes sense to me. With all our violence, we can't really leave the planet while we are still violent like that. It's like, yeah, you get to do that shit at home, but you're not leaving your planet and do that shit over here. It's incredible how our development, how violence, what role violence plays. Like, there's probably an incredibly logical trajectory. I am too cold to look for it. Like, oh, please, where's the fire? It's cold and grey and incredibly quiet around here. Like, there isn't a wind out there. It's very dead out there. Really feels like an autumn day, like a grey November afternoon. And it's not. It's April, middle of April. Winter is dying. Spring is the transition. And summer has not yet been born. It's not exactly that still moment between the in and the out breath. I haven't been playing the tune the last 1 or 2 days. Let me do that. Let's see. There was a Rumi poem I wanted to read. I remember now. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see if I find it quickly. Yes. I am very sure you will know it. It's just so beautiful. Is this the one? No, it's not. But let's take this one. Die, die inside this love, and rise in spirit. Die, die, and cut the ego's rope that holds you a prisoner. Take an axe to the wall and dig a way out of the prison. Die, die before the beautiful king. You will become mighty. Die, die and rise out of this cloud. You will shine like the glorious moon. Be silent, be silent. For silence is the sure sign of death. From your silence, life will trumpet louder than sound. This was not the poem I was looking for, but it's so perfect. It was written for this day, surely. Thank you, Rumi, for leaving us all of these gems. So beautiful. And I think that's enough. I think that's enough. To die before we die. I have just been through something akin to that in in this spin. It was a great experience in terms of really realizing how peaceful the letting go process is when we can just let it go. And I know it's not like that for everyone. And that too needs to be learned. Or not. Doesn't need to be learned. It just is what it is. I look around and I couldn't see a worthier goal than living my life so that whenever I die, and it could be in half an hour from now, it's a peaceful thing. It's like, yeah, I can let go. It's fine. I've always lived like that. So I always, as from the age of 13 anyway, when this started becoming a theme in my life, like, yeah, I look forward to the moment. In fact, like, seriously. Ah. I mean, there's so much to be said about death. I have this book that speaks about, it compares the dying process to something in us actually accelerating to the speed of light or even past it. And it gives some scientific explanation as to what happens, how at the speed of light everything slows down to like stops moving or time stops, something like that. And that therefore we don't die because we just stop. It's just everything somehow stops. Anyway, I'm butchering this. I only read the first chapter of this book and I loved it so much that I stopped reading it. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, it's funnily called Lucy, or with light speed to death, or something like that. With light speed of light into death. I don't know. I think I have it in German. I don't know if it's what the original is. Yeah, we can talk a lot about death. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Endlessness reflects order. And even if we just stay purely third dimensional, there's an order and a beauty and an art. Remember, we're in the wave spell of art, beauty, elegance in the analog, in the antipod, sorry. And we have the yellow warrior in that position today. The replacement of human body cells, whether they take the shape of a full human or just quote unquote, just the shape of a cell, it's the same thing. Comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. And if we look at this body, and I mean, I retain my shape and my identity, my physiological identity, no matter what my body does in terms of cell replacement. And cell replacement is going on all of the time. Why would I not logically deduct from that the human collective body on planet Earth is keeping its shape and cell replacing, and my skin cells on my knee are always leaving, taking a breath in, exhaling, and then they're coming back. They're coming up for air when they're leaving the third dimension, and then they have taken a breath, they have rejuvenated, and then they come back, and for a little while they are the skin cell on my knee again. And together we dance through this dimension, or through these dimensions, for as long as we feel like it. So Nobody is a prisoner here. Nobody. Not a single cell on my body. They all love being here. It's nice. It's nice to be a part of my body. It's nice to be a part of your body. Your cells wouldn't be with you if they didn't love being with you either. So it's all good. It's all good. It's a love fest. Everything is a love fest. The third dimension is actually a love fest. Someday we will realize that. Yeah, and then everything from then on depends on our state of consciousness. But maybe I'm saying that because I have some information about it. Something that might be a great big fat lie that humans supposedly once did. When they discovered their bodies and the delicious things that they could do with them. Apparently we went apeshit. But I don't know if that's true. And no matter whether it's true or not, you cannot paint the future with the already used paints from the past. I can't take the paint on a Rembrandt painting and take it off and make a new painting with that. And yet in our minds, we do that all the time. We constantly lock the future into the paradigms of the past. No wonder there's no life in it, because it's just a photocopy of the past. Can't develop from there. And it's, to a degree always a collage. Not everything is only past, but as we get older, if we're using more and more of that past and also more and more of what other people have lived, they have lived to this age, they have lived in that state of health, so therefore that's how it is. That's the number of years we all kind of sort of get if we're lucky or if we're not, or whatever, It's like, wait a minute, says who? And this is like, it's always been like that. Humans don't get to decide how long they live. Nobody gets to decide to live for 200, 300, 400 years just because they choose. No. And that's a paradigm, that's a belief. And it's pretty powerful because a lot of people on this planet believe that. And as we know, according to our beliefs, it is done unto us. According to our beliefs, we are doing unto ourselves. Our own self-fulfilling prophecies. And I think it makes a little bit of sense to have a certain amount of social cohesion. I'm reminded of John Varley's Steel Beach, the novel. It's fantastic if you're into sci-fi. It's great. And in that novel, there are the people live on 3 planets. And I don't know if one of them is Earth, but they're humans. And they have destroyed the outside of those planets, or at least the Earth. I don't know if the other planets are Moon and Mars or something we already know that doesn't have an external outer habitable space. So they're all living inside the planets. And they have these nano robots inside their bodies all over, and they can remake and remodel themselves at the drop of a pin or a hat or a coin, or what is the expression, at the drop of a hat. So they can change it. The nano robots do that, can change their body shape, can change their makeup, skin color, hair, their sex, everything. You can just decide what you want to look like, anything. Every day you can look different. And then there are a couple of old furkies who are like cowboy type humans. They're not into this. They don't either have those robots in them, or they just decide, no, we're staying who we are, and they're consistently staying human, and they're aging, and they're doing this whole human thing. It's pretty fun. The whole, system. And they also can't really die. and they have this blood sports where people get maimed absolutely completely. The only two organs that must not be damaged, that cannot be repaired, are the brain and the heart. As far as I remember, definitely the heart. I think it's the brain and the heart. Yeah. So, why was I speaking about that? Oh, yeah. Well, living in a world where everyone gets to kind of like, you have a lot more choice as to how you show up in the world, how you express. And I guess if today you're short and white and green and male, and tomorrow you show up as long and tall and blue and female, will I still know that it's you? I can't remember quite how they retained identity in terms of identifying themselves to others, how others still recognize people when they change rapidly like that. I don't have a copy of that book anymore. Anyway, I wish us a beautiful, this will be the end of the day wherever this comes out. Somewhere it'll be the middle of the day. I don't know, maybe it's morning somewhere in this world. It's evening over here. World Bridger. World Bridger. Bridging worlds. Connecting the dots. Connecting us with each other. Connecting us despite our differences. Connecting us, unity in diversity, strength in diversity. I encourage us all to world bridge a lot inside of us so that we just hold the space for this humanity that is still in part sleep fighting their way through horrible situations. We can hold space for them. We can hold space for this, what they call the new earth. We can hold space for peace on earth. And peace on earth, to me it means you have to have peace in yourself. You be peace on earth. You be peaceful while you're on earth. And me be peaceful while I'm on earth. That's peace on earth. Because as peaceful as I am, as harmonious, as coherent, coherence is the key word, so will my reflection be. And the world is our reflection. So we die to the illusion. We die to our ego. We die to our what we believe we understand about the world. And that's very difficult on some level. I remember exactly where in this planet where I stood the first time someone said to me, there are people on this planet who believe we don't even exist. It was my psychology teacher in Tanzania on the parking lot or the street outside. I don't know. Yeah, just there. I can see the road. I can smell the. Maybe she said it somewhere else, but it just hit me when I was outside on that street. Somehow that is linked, and I was like, "Excuse me." That was the first time I had heard of the 18 or so. 19. It's the first time I'd heard of that concept, that it was possible for a human to believe that they themselves don't exist. It just it just opened up my world. Like, that's why I love every abstruse concept, because you never know. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. But abstrusity, abstrusity. It's like a world opener, yeah, in some way, because suddenly it's like, oh my gosh, everything could be everything. It's like putting a filter over an image or something. Everything looks different. Putting on colored glasses changes everything to some degree. I didn't understand the concept at the time at all. It's like it was as if a part of my mind registered, like, I'm going to explore this for the rest of my life. What could be more interesting than to pursue the concept of, do we exist? I mean, for my mind to ask itself, do I even exist? And then, I mean, that is taking it to the far extreme. There's something closer in between existence and non-existence. Lies a field. I'll meet you out there. All the many mini-me's, all the yous in Lakesh Shalakit. I love it. Okay. Yeah. I also feel a kind of, I don't want to make this too long, but I never really speak about grief and loss and the pain of it. Somehow feeling that, not directly related to me, but it's just around. It's, I think, a little bit natural to have that feeling hovering around the theme of death. I mean, to be human and to feel we're not the only ones who grieve when a loved one dies. It's not a human-only privilege, but it's an incredible thing. And understanding the eternity of spirit and all of that does not negate grieving the loss of the physical person. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. And grief is an incredibly wrong word. I want to say beautiful. It's very beautiful. Unencumbered, pure grief when it's not resisted. As painful as it is, if we can give ourselves over completely to grief, I find it to be very, very meaningful, beautiful state, because it's a testament or a testament to love, also to attachment, but very many. I mean, to love, yeah, to how deeply something or someone meant to us, how much someone means to us. When someone dies, when a relationship ends, when, I don't know, many things we can grieve, many things that die or end temporarily or finitely. Grief, Kryon tells us that periodically our spirit guides change, especially when we've taken, there are certain guides that stay with us for certain periods and certain lessons and stuff, and apparently they change now and then. And when that happens, even when we're not aware of that directly, we experience that as grief. So sometimes when we have this unexplained, especially maybe we've just made a really great shifts and changes in our body and we should be like so happy, and suddenly we're like sad for days or weeks or months. There's like this sadness and there's no reason for it. Sometimes it's like, yeah, that is the departure of spirit guides that have been with us for a long time. They're never eternally gone or anything, but there is that transition and we can experience that as sadness. I find that very beautiful. I do not need to verify the truth of that to find that beautiful, to find that poetic and meaningful and sense-making truth. Like, it's not required. It's funny. I want to say truth is overrated, but on some level it totally is. On another level, it's like, oh God, it is everything. Truth is such an interesting concept. Anyway, World Bridger, may we have the grace to let people have their truth, even if we think they're completely wrong. May we realize the world over that we don't die just because another holds a different point of view. I mean, there are situations where their point of view might wish to kill us, I don't know, whatever, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all of us in our everyday life. Different points of view, different truths. It's okay. I could imagine, we have all these public holidays. I mean, that we celebrate some of them the world over. Wouldn't it be nice to have some global, global Truth Day? But on Global Truth Day, we celebrate the concept of truth, and definitely including that we can have different truths, and it's okay. The earth still turns around the sun and around her own axis all the same, no matter what your truth or my truth is. It's like we may celebrate the truths we share, such as, well, we believe, or it's our truth, we need to eat to live, we need to breathe to live. And then, you need to pray to the north and I need to pray to the south, and it's my truth and it's your truth. And you may believe that because I pray to the wrong direction, I am not going to go to heaven. And you may believe, and I may believe the same about you. And hey, can we celebrate that? It's like, hey, dude, according to you, I'm not going to heaven. High five. Let's go have dinner. Oh, wait a minute. You eat something I can't eat. Ah, shit. What do we do? Okay, enjoy your dinner over there. I'm going to have my dinner over here, but I'm going to think of you. And I'm going to cheers my glass to you. And you cheers your water to me. Whatever. It's like, yeah, we can both be on this planet. Isn't that great? What we can always share is a glass of water together. That's always safe. Everybody needs water. Everybody drinks water. The truth is, we don't have to make a problem out of everything. And another truth is, we get to if we want to. We can. You can. You can turn everything into a problem. You can turn everything on its head. Everything can be a truth. Everything can be an untruth. Everything is relative. And then there's harmony. And then there is how do we live together? That's why the wave swell of the red star, yellow star is so important. We do have to live together. So, and we're constantly we're reorganizing that. Look, back in the days you couldn't live alone. If I look through the last couple thousand years, Europe alone, just all the models of family styles, living alone, living together that we've explored, and we keep on exploring. Being single, being in many relationships at the same time, being committed to none, living alone, living not alone, living in community, and each, phases like this, another phase like that. I think it's great. How much singleness, is good, how much is not good. We're exploring that. How much being not single but living alone. How many couples are not living together but they're committed, and that works for them. It's like freedom ought to be. Freedom is a question. I think it's a lot of it is a question of maturity. You gotta handle free choice. Gotta handle more choice, more freedom, more choice, and there's a sweet spot. Too much choice is no longer comfortable, nor necessary, nor necessarily whatever. But Too little is not either. And we all get to find our own sweet spots, and we're constantly exploring. Skywalker today. Skywalker is always attached to the world bridgers, always this exploration of opportunity, of choices, of options, of how does this feel, how does that feel, how does this work, how does that work, how does this resonate with me, how does that resonate with me, is this good, is that good, do I like it like this, do I like it like that, do I want it the same each and every time, that's my thing. Is that because I like it like that, or is that because I'm too scared to explore something different? And not everybody is a Skywalker, by all means. But then that's maybe too narrow a view window, because I mean I can only see this life of this person, Max. You know, we're all Skywalkers ultimately. Across all of our lifetimes, we're exploring. All right. Eagle vision, I didn't talk about. Fearlessness, I didn't talk about. But I touched on it, did I? Okay, it was long. I thought I would be done in 15 minutes. Thanks for listening. Anybody listen to the end of this? Hey, and welcome to any new subscribers. Sometimes I see new subscribers like, huh? Surprise. Nice or not? Yeah. Yeah, I wish us a beautiful day and harmony and world bridging within ourselves, and happy raging if that's what it takes. Yeah, take care, and I'll be back tomorrow. Now.